It has been more than a month, but it is time for some more Team Melli football. On today's episode, we will take a look at Amir Ghalenoei's roster and preview Iran's World Cup Qualifier against Turkmenistan. You know the deal, and you know what time it is. It's time for Team Melli Talk. The journey to the 2026 World Cup continues. Hey everyone, welcome back to Team Melli Talk. We know what you want, so let's get right to Amir Ghalenoei's roster. Starting with the goalkeepers, Ali Reza Behranvand, Payam Niazmand, Hossein Hosseini, Arsha Shakuri. Now for the center backs, Shoja Khalizadeh, Hossein Kenani, Amin Hazbavi, Saman Falah. Now for the wing backs, Milad Mohammadi, Abul Faz Jalali, Hossein Gudarzi, Ramin Rezaian, Saleh Hardani. Now for the midfielders, Saeed Ezatolahi, Saman Goldus, Mohammad Gorbani, Omid Nuraf Khan. Now for the wingers / attacking midfielders, Ali Reza Jahanbash, Ali Golizadeh, Mohammad Mohebi, Mehdi Torabi, Mehdi Gaidi, Alayar Sayadmanesh, Mehdi Limuchi. And of course the forwards, Mehdi Taremi, Sardar Azmoun, Mohammad Reza Azadi, Saeed Sahar Khizan, Javad Agaipur. For this squad analysis, we're starting with the goalkeepers. Now, no surprise seeing Ali Reza Behranvand, Payam Niazmand, and Hossein Hosseini on this list. But I was pleasantly surprised to see that 17-year-old goalkeeper Arsha Shakuri of Havadar was called up. Arsha Shakuri was amazing for Iran at the 2023 U17 Asian Cup, and he also had some very good performances at the 2023 U17 FIFA World Cup in Indonesia. Arsha Shakuri is actually the son of former Team Melli defender Hadi Shakuri. Next, the center backs. Majid Hosseini recently was injured, and this is probably why Shoja Khalizadeh was called up. But of course, it is great to see that Amin Hazbavi has returned to Team Melli. Now, from my point of view, I think it would be a great idea to put Amin Hazbavi in the starting lineup when Iran faces Turkmenistan in Tehran. I don't expect it to happen, but I hope I'm proven wrong. Now for the wingbacks. Ehsan Hajsafi is not on this list, but this is something I can't be bothered about because Amir Ghalenoei did say that he wanted to start integrating more younger footballers into Team Melli. And of course, I'm very excited that left back Hossein Gudarzi got a call-up. He has represented Iran at the U23 level and has scored 2 goals this season for Shams Azar in the Iranian Pro League. Iran has always had trouble finding very good left backs. And this is why I am also excited to see the return of Abul Faz Jalali. He played for Iran at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, and he is a very solid left back. Rumor has it that Ramin Rezaian was not supposed to be getting called up anymore, but I think he was called up because of the injury that Sadegh Moharrami picked up at the Asian Cup, and Arya Yousefi of Sepahan has also recently picked up an injury while playing for Sepahan. Next, the midfielders. I have something positive to share and something negative to share. First of all, I want to start with the positive. Great to see Mohammad Gorbani on this list. He recently signed with Orenburg in the Russian Premier League. He's a very talented defensive midfielder, and he can also play as a center back. But Omid Nuraf Khan, seriously? Javad Hossein-Nejad of Sepahan recently picked up an injury, but in all honesty, if you're asking for my opinion on this, there are plenty of other options available at the defensive midfield position instead of Omid Nuraf Khan, such as Ali Karimi of Kayserispor in Turkey, or Saeed Mehri of Apoel in Cyprus. As for the wingers and attackers, we see the familiar faces in Jahanbash, Golizadeh, Mohebi, Torabi, and Gaidi. But I am super excited for the return of Alayar Sayadmanesh, and I am thrilled that Mehdi Limuchi got a call up to Team Melli. It looks like Amir Ghalenoei was convinced to call up Alayar Sayadmanesh because he is finally getting some playing time since he left Hull City and joined Belgian club Westerlo. Now, to be honest, it would be better to be playing in the second level of English football instead of the top level of football in Belgium. But I am so glad that Aliyar Sayed made this move because he needs playing time and he is getting it. As for Mehdi Limouchi, I am thrilled to see him get a call-up because I remember referring to him as a potential future star for Team Melli. Mehdi Limouchi has had a good season so far with 5 goals and 2 assists for Aluminium Arak. Finally, the forwards, Taremi and Azmoun leading the way, but great to see Saeed Sahar Khizan return to Team Melli. Also happy for Mohammad Reza Azadi. But what about Javad Agayipur of Esteghlal Khuzestan? He has scored 5 goals this season in the Persian Gulf Pro League, and I think he has a lot of potential. The bottom line is that I really like the players that have been called up by head coach Amir Ghalenoei. Now, what about you? What is your opinion of Amir Ghalenoei's 29-man roster? Leave a comment down below. Always look forward to getting your input. There have been some interesting matches between Iran and Turkmenistan. And to the surprise of many, Turkmenistan has never been an easy opponent for Team Melli. The last meeting between these teams was in 2015 in the second round of 2018 World Cup qualifying. Mortaza Pouraliganji gave Iran the lead in the 6th minute, but Turkmenistan equalized just after the hour mark through Mekhan Saparov. But 2 minutes later, it was Said Ezatollahi putting Iran back in front with this beauty. He was only 19 years old at the time. What a memory. And then it was Ashkan Dejaga scoring from the penalty spot to give Iran an important 3-1 victory. Turkmenistan started this current edition of World Cup qualifying with a 3-1 loss at home against Uzbekistan and followed it up with a 2-2 draw away from home against Hong Kong. As for the players to watch, here they are: Vepa Jumayev, Teimur Chariev, Didar Durdeyev, and Ruslan Mingazov. Vepa Jumayev, a 23-year-old center back who currently plays for Vitebsk in the Belarusian Premier League. Teimur Chariev is currently plying his trade in Kyrgyzstan for Abdeshata Kant. Chariev is a very talented defensive midfielder. And take a look at this goal he scored against Iran at the 2022 U23 Asian Cup in Uzbekistan. An excellent finish. Iran U23 lost this match 2-1. Next, Didar Durdeyev of Arkadag. Durdeyev was a goal-scoring machine as Arkadag finished first place in the Yukari Liga in 2023. Last but not least, midfielder Ruslan Mingazov. Ruslan Mingazov is currently playing for Kichi in the Hong Kong Premier League, and he is easily the best player on the national team of Turkmenistan. He scored a brace in the 2-2 draw against Hong Kong, and he also scored a goal against Iran in 2018 World Cup qualifying when the two teams met in Dashoguz. This match ended in a disappointing 1-1 draw for Iran. The head coach of Turkmenistan is Mergen Orazov. Mergen Orazov previously was the head coach of Ahal, and his club completed the double in 2022 by finishing first in the Yukari Liga and winning the Turkmenistan Cup. As for the keys to victory, number 1, do not overcommit. Number 2, watch the long ball. Let's be honest, Turkmenistan is not a very dangerous team, but they have a habit for creating trouble for Iran, and they can be very tough to break down. And when we look back at previous meetings, whether it was Team Melli or Team Omid, Turkmenistan showed that they are the kind of team that will punish you if you make crucial mistakes. The bottom line is that Iran should beat Turkmenistan easily, as long as everyone stays patient and focused. And of course, let's not forget, Iran will face Turkmenistan at the Azadi Stadium in Tehran on March 21st. Now, to finish off this edition of Team Melli Talk, there is something very important for me to talk about. And yes, I have been very hard on head coach Amir Ghalenoei on many occasions. But now, I'm willing to say that he was not given a proper chance to show his full potential the first time he was head coach of Team Melli. When Amir Ghalenoei returned to Team Melli for his second stint as head coach, it is clear that his immediate focus was to win the Asian Cup. And unfortunately, that did not happen. But as soon as the Asian Cup was over, Amir Ghalenoei took the blame and said that it would be time to integrate more younger footballers into Team Melli. When we look back at Amir Ghalenoei's first stint as head coach of Iran, his immediate focus was to win the 2007 Asian Cup. And sadly, it did not happen. But he wasn't given the opportunity to remain as head coach of Iran for 2010 World Cup qualifying. So at this point, I'm kind of wondering, would he have brought in more younger footballers into Team Melli had he been given the chance to stay longer? We will never know what would have happened or what could have happened back then. But as long as Amir Ghalenoei is willing to prepare Team Melli for the future by giving playing time to the younger footballers, he will have my support.